All right, let's dive in. In this explainer, we're stepping into a creation story, but maybe not the kind you're used to. It's this incredible cinematic vision of how our world came to be, not through some big, fiery explosion, but through something way more majestic and, honestly, gentle. So let's get started on this journey.
Just try to picture that for a second. Absolute stillness, the entire cosmos, just waiting. The source material paints this picture of this incredible anticipation, a quiet so deep you can almost feel it. And then, into this massive silence, she arrives.
So, here we go, our first act. And right off the bat, this is different. This isn't the violent, chaotic creation we so often hear about. No, this is a quiet, glowing birth, like she's emerging right out of the morning mist. And this is really the key. She wasn't some external force acting on the world. She was the world, spun from the heart of creation itself, a being of pure light and life. And her very form, as you're about to see, was literally the planet's architecture brought to life.
I mean, just listen to this. Her skin shimmered with the planet's own color palette, the warm ochres of the desert, the deep blues of the ocean. Mountains literally rose from her shoulders, topped with snow. Her hair flowed like actual rivers, all tangled up with wildflowers. And her eyes held entire galaxies. She is, quite literally, a living, breathing landscape.
This detail is just brilliant because it shows you how effortless her power was. She didn't have to command things into being or snap her fingers. Just her presence, her gaze, was enough to wake up the sounds of the world, the rush of water, the movement of the air. It was all just an extension of who she was.
Okay, so let's see how this builds. Now that she's here, her presence starts to transform absolutely everything. This second act is all about the awakening, and it starts with the very ground she walks on.
Wow, just look at this contrast. Before she's there, there's nothing. Just silent, empty land. But with a single step, everything changes. The air fills with the smell of magic and wet earth. Flowers don't just grow, they erupt in these vibrant, dizzying spirals of color. And trees just shoot up towards the sky in an instant. It's this total, immediate transformation from nothing to, well, everything.
And here we get to see how it's happening. It's not soil and water in the way we think about it. It's pure, life-giving light pouring right from her. She is the source, and her touch is what brings forth that incredible, teeming world of plants we just saw.
So, the world is now covered in green. But what about the animals? This next part is so fascinating because it gets into a really core theme of this myth, this incredible balance between immense cosmic power and this quiet, really personal intimacy with all of creation. You got to think about the sheer scale of this, not just one fish, but entire ecosystems crystallizing into existence in a single moment. The huge, empty oceans suddenly teeming with life, with fish that are described as glowing like living jewels. It's creation on a planetary scale.
And the same thing happens in the sky. Birds don't just appear, they burst into being, already flying, their wings catching the light. So from the deepest part of the sea to the highest parts of the sky, life is just exploding everywhere all at once. But in the middle of all this grandeur,
this right here is the heart of the story. This unbelievable world-making power is perfectly balanced by this gentle, personal connection. The story now shifts its focus from this huge cosmic show to the one-on-one relationship between the creator and the created.
And this is how we see that intimacy. The brand new creatures aren't afraid. They're drawn to her with what the text calls profound absolute trust. That image of a deer just resting its head against your skin, which, remember, is made of earth and forests, it's such a powerful symbol of a world born without conflict, a world where the creator and creation are literally one and the same.
Okay, so now we have the goddess, the plants, and the animals. And in this final act, all these pieces come together, not as separate parts, but as a single, perfect symphony.
the text actually poses this question, and just take a second to think about it. If every single living thing, every leaf, every stream, every creature, was all resonating together, what would that even sound like?
And there's our answer. It's not just sound, it's a majestic music of existence. A vibration so powerful that the mountains themselves, which are part of her body, remember, they tremble not in fear, but in joy. It's the sound of a world that is perfectly in tune with itself and with its creator.
And here she is, the composer, just taking in her masterpiece. She pauses, looking over this valley, and she sees not just the landscape, but a whole symphony that she brought into being in one single fluid motion.
And in this moment, the world understands its own nature. It's not a random collection of things, but this beautiful, intertwined system. And what's really key here is that it's forever guided by her light, not ruled by her power. That implies a relationship of care, not control.
And the story leaves us with this beautiful, lingering thought. She walks on, becoming part of her own creation. She might be unseen to a lot of us, but she is known, intimately, by every living thing. A constant, guiding presence, woven into the very fabric of the world. And that kind of leaves us to wonder, what might it feel like to be part of something that knows her so well?